Known for his widespread contributions to cognitive, developmental, and educational psychology, Jerome Bruner claims a prolific career spanning from World War II to the present day. After completing his doctoral thesis in psychology at Harvard University, Bruner was contracted by the U.S. government to investigate public opinion, propaganda, and social attitudes during World War II. Bruner subsequently returned to Harvard to focus on public education during the post-war cognitive revolution. With an increased national focus on education after the launch of Sputnik in 1957, Bruner chaired a conference held by the National Academy of Sciences and the National Science Foundation to improve science, math, and technology curricula. Bruner's The Process of Education expounds. We begin with the hypothesis that any subject can be taught effectively in some intellectually honest form to any child at any stage of development. The conferees advocated a spiral curriculum, where topics are introduced in early school and revisited in succeeding years with added depth and complexity. Bruner later went on to serve under Presidents Kennedy and Johnson as a member of the education panel of the President's Science Advisory Committee. His influence stimulated many educational initiatives, including the Head Start program, which aimed to close the gap for minorities and those in poverty. By the 1970s, Bruner began to rescind his ideas of the cognitive revolution, remarking, "It was taken for granted that students lived in some sort of educational vacuum, untroubled by the ills and problems of the culture at large." Bruner and his colleagues called for the creation of a cultural psychology to give weight to what is meaningful to individual groups and why. In his 1996 book, The Culture of Education, Bruner suggested educationalists focus on groups of children attempting to learn together rather than individual students. A major concept in Bruner's theoretical framework is that learning is an active process where students construct new ideas based on their current and past knowledge. Continuing his career into its 7th decade at New York University, Bruner currently studies the various forms by which culture is passed on, particularly in school practices and legal codes. Bruner summarizes his life work. Education is not simply a technical business of well-managed information processing, not even simply a matter of applying learning theories to the classroom or using the results of subject-centered achievement testing. It is a complex pursuit of fitting a culture to the needs of its members, and its members and their ways of knowing to the needs of the culture.